Hello everyone, welcome back. This is episode number 3 of the Amber Army YouTube's Football Manager 2017 experiment, Newport County Russian Takeover. Now, we're in the 2nd of July 2017. We're pretty much caught up to the season that we're on in real life. Obviously, Newport County got a lot of money. So they're still rich. They had 80 million injected. We know that much. We don't know more than that now, though, because we can't get the inside look at the club. But let's have a look. Facilities. So they've still got all the adequate and average facilities, which is good for a League 2 club. Obviously, owning Ronnie Parade. Has Flinney spent any money is the pressing question. Transfer history. We have brought in 2 players, but both of them have come from the non-league. Now, Corey Harvey is a sweeper keeper, and Dante Leverock is a central defender, a Bermudan. 15 caps for Bermuda. Obviously played a lot of games for Ilkeston last season. Obviously, we haven't disabled attribute masking, so we can't see exactly how good he is. There's a little biography of him there, but there's not a lot to basically tell us what kind of player he is or how good he is. But the fact is, the club's reputation has been increased with the injection of money. So I can't imagine that Flinney's going to bring in any players that aren't going to be any good. Now, Corey Harvey, how old is he? He's only 19, so I'd imagine he's one for the future. And Leverock is 24 years old, so pretty much getting towards the prime of his career. Now, Aaron Williams is out on loan to Stockport. That's probably for a full season. Pipe, Marlon Jackson, Robbie Wilmot all let go. Robbie Wilmot, unfortunately, didn't play any games because Michael Flynn's playing a 4-3-3 and Robbie Wilmot had no place in the team because of that. So, I say now, we go to the end of the transfer window to see who else he brings in and have a look at the start that Newport County make. I'll take you right there. Okay then guys, as you can see, Newport County have made an absolutely dreadful start to the season, but it's 6 games in, 6 games, 1 win. Players in, we've actually bought someone, Aaron Cool from Reading. Paul Digby's come in on a free. Apologies if there's some banging going on in the background. We do have some work going on in my group of flats at the moment, but only spending 47k makes very little sense to me. They brought in Paul Digby, who's another central defender. He's a ball playing central defender. Aaron Cool is a central midfielder. I have heard of him. I do believe he is a good player, but that's not a lot of money to be spending on someone. 2 in on loan from Swansea, Joe Roden, I believe. Yes, he was there last season and played particularly well, so that's another decent signing. But that's defenders, lots of defenders. And Thierry Ambrose, who is a false 9. He's 20 years old and has come from Manchester City, so that could be a bit of a shrewd signing. Has he played any games yet? Yes, he's made an assist, not scored any goals. Maybe the best is yet to come. So basically the same team narrowly missed out on playoffs last season, so I'd imagine they're going to bounce back. But we've made money selling striker Ryan Koch, who is I believe he's a regen. He's a regen and has obviously come through good. I do hope that there is some kind of clause in that. I'd like to think transfer status. Is there anything there to tell us? No. But yeah, like I say, I mean, I'd imagine there would be something incorporated into that deal. So the transfer window is over. There's no players to be bought. Has Flynn done enough? I do fear for him now, with the start that they've made. Let's have a look. So Michael Flynn, still manager and director of football now. There we go. Lenny Lawrence is no longer at the club. Jeff Harrop has come in as a director of football. Who Jeff Harrop is, I have no idea. Let's hope that he's going to be good for the club. But I'm not particularly happy with the club losing Lenny Lawrence like that. I don't know where he is. How about we have a little look? See if it ever lets me. Right, so Lawrence. I get the feeling Lenny may have retired, you know, because I'm not finding him here anyway. So, yep, looks like Lenny Lawrence has retired. So let's find Newport County again now. So yeah, there's the start of the season. It's not good, obviously. Gateshead have been promoted, and who has also been promoted up? Who came up with Gateshead here? Gateshead and Lincoln are the teams who've come up. Obviously Southend have come down. Gillingham have come down. Northampton have come down. And Bristol Rovers have come down. Well, the seven-side derby is back, but it's a poor start of the season. Flinney needed to bring in stronger players. Thierry Ambrose could be a signing if he starts playing, you know, scoring some goals, but I don't think he's done enough. January can't come quick enough, but let's take it to the end of November just to see exactly where we are on it and to see if he can bounce back. And there it is. Michael Flynn has been sacked as manager of Newport County. That's an absolute shame. Pardon me. That is an absolute shame. That is. Really, really, really gutted about that. The new manager of Newport County is Tony Mowbray. Well, he's a known name. He's on a decent wage. I'd imagine that the Russians are thinking, get us up the other end of the table, please. Jeff Harrop is still director of football. Wayne Hatswell has been retained as assistant manager. Well, he is a good assistant. I'll give him that. So Newport County in League 2 are currently in 21st. But the thing is, a few wins and they're in the playoff mix. But 20 games are gone, 26 remain. Are they going to go and do that? Now, let's go back on there and see if Tony Mowbray has managed to bring any players in himself. Nope. He's working with the players that they've currently got. For the life of me, I don't understand why the money isn't being used. It's a really baffling thing, that one. So, there's no pending ins or outs. They're not looking at players. And then you look at this. The average rating at the moment, Thierry Ambrose is starting to score the goals. He's got 7 so far. So he could prove to be a good signing. Let's have a look. Ambrose, Newbley, Reynolds, all getting goals. Amond is getting goals. Touré is getting some games and a couple of goals. Bentos is in the scoring. The only thing is where is Matt Dolan and his goals? His goals were pretty vital. But then, obviously, the lone midfielder from Swansea chipped in with some goals and some good assists. So where are the goals coming from for County? Aaron Cool is obviously having a good start to life. So looking at it, the players aren't performing all that badly. So if we have a little look at some of their results, I mean, ultimately this will be what cost Flynn his job. I'd imagine that'll be the point which the club may have severed their ties with Flynn. I mean, looking at it, it's an all too familiar sight for Newport County. This is losing a large portion of the opening games. But obviously, I'd imagine, well, if we look at Flynn, what date did he lose his job? Date left, 4th of the 11th. So he left the club on the 4th of the 11th, 2017. So let's head back. 4th of the 11th. So that'll be after losing in the FA Cup first round to Bristol Rovers, which is possibly their final straw. Because a half decent bit of form here. Loses the Bristol Rovers game. Losing on penalties. Obviously, Tony Mowbray's first game would have been West Brom under 23s, or possibly Gillingham. And Tony Mowbray, when did he come in? Tony Mowbray hired as Newport County manager on the 22nd. So the 22nd, so it'll be from the Cheltenham game. So far he's unbeaten. A good draw away to Lincoln, a home win against Cheltenham, and a nice group of home games, possibly winnable home games there. Yeovil and Stevenage, you'll see them as possibly winnable. Blackpool at home. So can Tony Mowbray turn things around for Newport County in this thing? Like I say, he's got January to look forward to. He's got money potentially to spend. So let's hope that he actually uses it, because I tell you something now, this ain't a great side. To me, that looks like he bloody needs to spend a bit of money. But like I say, 8 points away from playoffs. We're talking, you go on a winning run and you find yourself up amongst the edges, a few points off the playoff places. So it's a very tight league as always. I mean, they're only 10 points away from third place. So if they can win, you know, they get 10 more wins, they might find themselves up that way. But like I say, 26 games left. They want to win 16 of them minimum if they want to be up in that area. But is Newport County's bid for promotion actually going to be there? Are they actually going to do it? Because they say they've got the money to spend. For some reason, they're just not spending it. Will Mowbray spend it? What are the Russians allowing them to spend? They've pumped a bunch of money into the club. They own Rodney Parade. I don't understand why the money isn't being spent, and I'm going to keep saying that over and over and over. Anyway, guys, that's the conclusion of episode number 3. I hope you're enjoying the series. I hope Newport County pull their fingers out, spend a bit of money, and find their way up the right end of the table, because at the moment it's looking rather bleak, considering they were so close to promotion last time round. They were a point away from the top 3, and they lost in the playoffs. So, yep, better times ahead, hopefully. Anyway, thanks again, guys, and as always, cheerio for now.